Welcome to Gray Areas for January 28th, 2025, episode 658. And we're on this screen only for a moment because really I don't have a button for it, but we're actually going to this screen because, oh no, it's on last results from last time. Oh God. We are going back to the basketball draft.
Wait, but before we do that, we had a letter from the stakeholders that I promised them I would go over this week.
Did you divulge the identity of those stakeholders?
Yeah, you know them.
I'd like to know.
Yeah, the guy, like, what's it, Bruce, Cody? I forget the names, but if you saw them.
What the fuck are you talking about?
If you saw them, you'd remember. So they expressed to me they had some concerns over last episode.
Why do they only talk to you?
They had a couple questions about it.
Chris is in charge of the show.
I know, but I think they just think Chris is really busy, and so they want to bring their concerns to me.
I mean, I suppose when Dave and I have exposed that you have endless hours to play endless games and watch endless movies,
actually, it's funny that you
seem
mentioned that.
Time.
I think that kind of, as I'm reading their questions, I think maybe that's kind of what they're getting at. I haven't seen the questions yet, so I just...
You have too much time on your hands? That's the question?
I think it might be related to that, but We'll see. So these questions, Dave, they really stressed that no one's in trouble. You just need to answer as honestly as possible, okay? Are you ready, Dave?
Okay.
Okay. So
I'm here. I'm listening.
So the first question is, how many hours a week, Dave, do you spend freelancing? And again, there's no wrong answers. You can just totally be honest.
I don't.
Okay. Interesting.
I have a job.
How many weeks do you work overtime and still freelance? You said you don't freelance, so maybe...
I feel like this is a redundant question.
Well, it is because you said no on the freelancing, but I think they're trying to maybe stress a point.
I think that the stakeholders, the guys that I know, are trying to prove a point of...
No, well, I don't know. It'll depend on the next... How many master's degrees have you earned?
I don't give a shit about master's degrees.
So you haven't earned 2 in a 4-year span, is what you're saying? I just want to make sure for the stakeholders' benefit. I just want to double check.
I'm feeling attacked by these questions, so I refuse to answer any further questions.
I guess the question I would ask in return to the stakeholders is, does any of this change the fact that Sean consumed a stupid amount of media in the last year?
Well, I think their final question, Dave, do you consider... your assertion that Sean doesn't seem busy, do you think it is colored by the fact that he doesn't draw attention to it constantly? Would you say that or maybe complain about it 24/7?
I have an objection to the not drawing attention to it constantly when he spends an entire episode drawing exactly attention to it exactly once a year and claims throughout the year how much he absolutely loves this episode.
I think what they're saying is that some of us, they're not naming any names,
of course,
are constantly drawing attention to how busy they are, not the opposite. So
I think the stakeholders themselves actually are the ones who call that attention to it.
Yeah, no,
not me.
I think they have everything they need. I think this is all cleared up pretty well. So
okay, good. I'm glad to help.
Yeah, thank you for being honest. I think we've learned a lot tonight about busyness, and so on and so forth. We can continue as normally planned.
Oh, glad to have.
Cody's just on his phone the whole time. What? This is a new epidemic. I think.
I'm checked out once Sean started rambling. There was no need.
Rambling.
There was no need. I didn't need to be involved.
Man, you guys make any sort of
The questions were not directed at me, so I would not respond.
Therefore, I don't care.
Thank you. I don't understand the question, so I won't respond.
Anytime you can do the opposite of yes and, I think that's definitely the best radio.
No but.
that is the first lesson. No but.
If you can check out the whole episode, I think it's better for everybody, right?
Everybody loves it.
Anyways.
Well, Cody's going to have to be invested because he's technically our returning champion, at least as far as the two halves combined went. Last time,
yes,
we had our panelists delve into the deep dive of NBA history and look at the best scoring seasons from players of all time. And in the process, we also got to talk about just some players and some history, and it went even better than I was hoping, and Cody won by 17 points total over the two things combined. It was ludicrously close.
I got a board.
If one player in one of those seasons had been slightly better, it would have been a difference, but it wasn't. It was 17 points combined between the two, and Dave was third. This time, they have no idea what they're in for. They know there's another draft coming. I don't really think this panel's in danger of cheating in the first place. It's kind of more fun just to go through it on the air anyways. But either way, they don't know what the topic is about to be, so they're going to fly blind on this. I'm going to tell them the topic and then explain some of the background on it to give them time to start thinking about some draft picks, so we're not just going, all right, you're number one. And, of course, we also do have to do a tiebreaker question. So this is going to be...
You.
This is going to be total career points for one team. If you take a player, you have to tell me what team you're taking them for, and you will get the total number of points they scored for that team in their career.
Cool. Oh, okay. All right.
But only for that team.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to repeat players I've referenced in the past?
You are.
Yes.
Now, we have two ways of going about this, and I want to leave it up to the panel. You guys can vote on it. Whatever vote you take, we can go with. We can either keep it so that it's everybody. We're not doing this by conference. This is just the entire league. So we can either do it to where it's everybody, or we can do it freeze-out style, to where if you name a player from a team, that team is no longer eligible to be drafted.
Ooh.
Or
It's going to be
it's possible
harder,
to
but
name a player.
yeah, so like it depends on how you want to go about it. There's two different approaches I've seen to this. I think both are viable. So we can either make it a free-for-all, where it's just anybody goes, or you can make it the freeze-out method. You're going to be taking 24 players, so you're going to be eliminating almost all the teams in the league.
I like freeze out big time. Make it harder.
I mean, the freeze out thing's pretty funny because it's going to like lead you to some like. So, I mean, do I dare ask the franchise history, blah, blah, blah connection shit of is OKC also Seattle?
Oh, good point.
It's the franchise lineage connected, so the Thunder and the Sonics are the same.
Yeah, I was going to say that my only issue with that is I literally don't know some of them that are or not connected.
Great.
So the Charlotte Bobcats are connected to who? The current Hornets? They rebranded as the Hornets. They got the name
Well,
back.
they used to be the Hornets, and then they were the Bobcats, and now they're the Hornets again?
Because they went to New Orleans.
I think the Charlotte Hornets became New Orleans, and
Okay.
so now
And the
they're not
Bobcats
tied.
were were an expansion, and then the Hornets took them
Yes.
back over. But did the rest of the
Yes.
Hornets history go back to the Hornets? As insane as that sounds, it's a Cleveland Browns NFL weird issue of was someone an expansion team or
Well, here's what I'm going to tell you, just
Sorry.
because I don't want to spoil too much, but don't pick a Hornet.
I was
but I want to.
You took my joke from me because
Yeah,
I was
but
like, why don't we
but-
we'll address that when you go for the Hornets?
Yeah, but if we're doing to where we only have 24 teams, like 24 total teams, like I'm deciding what teams I'm going to leave out.
There's
I
going to be a
suppose the Hornets are a
few.
team I should leave out.
There are, I believe, 4 teams in the league that only have one player who's scored at least 10,000 points for them.
Uh-oh.
And you're definitely going to want at least 5 figures on these. I would argue you probably want at least 15K if you can. Just based on the numbers, I can actually tell you how many of them did it. I have all the stats I need for this for once.
What's
I've compiled it all.
what's the year that
You
we're
can do anything in this draft. There are no ABA merger restrictions.
Well, there's a very clear number 1 overall pick then, isn't there?
Now you're going to have to be careful because ABA scoring does not count in the NBA record book still. So if
Oh.
you take, certain players, they may not have a full amount of points because they didn't score those points for the NBA team they ended up on. They scored a bunch for the ABA
My
team they were on
history
prior.
My history is really fucked now.
Yeah.
So
Because
there
I could
are
rely on my early 2000s thing where I really paid attention to basketball.
Uh-huh.
I am at a loss now.
Yeah.
to give you an idea of what we're in for, just so you know, kind of reference point of what you might want to hit. 3 players have scored at least 30,000 points for one team. 9 players have scored at least 25,000 points for one team. 23 players have scored 20,000 or more points for one team. I'm scrolling. 62 players have scored 15,000 points or more for one team.
But
And then
18 of those are
157
Lakers.
players, one of which is Jim Paxson, of all people, I just took a pick off your board, have scored at least 10,000 points for one team. He's 157th all time.
So, but this is interesting in the big hang up on the last time we did this was like getting the player and getting the year. And the year was the hardest part. We've kind of now eliminated that because we're just saying player and team.
Yep.
Yes.
Which is why I was going to favor the freeze out approach because it's still going to force you into some difficult decisions later on in the draft.
I agree. Let's freeze out.
yeah, you have to.
We got
Otherwise,
it.
we're going to have like 6
Freeze out.
Lakers
Yeah.
drafted on this thing.
And
Right.
Chris, you haven't shared our screen yet, right?
Oh, probably not.
Oh, okay. I just I wasn't sure if that was for dramatic
Ah,
effect.
there we go. I was
There you go.
concerned.
Hey, there's Dave.
So,
Save.
Dave looking depressed for some reason. I don't know.
No, I'm making notes.
Okay. All
after
right.
Chris revealed it.
I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna guess
All right.
randomly. Who cares?
Okay.
That's a good one. I like that.
That,
I like
that
Okay,
works.
who cares?
That works.
The one advantage I had was knowing a couple seasons really, really well. This I'm just gonna. So how many mulligans do we get when I guess a player who was 80% in the ABA and then in a points count?
We can decide if you guys want to do a mulligan this time or not. We
like
mentioned
one.
that we would look at it, and it's again going to be a group decision.
Or like what?
I like the idea of no mulligans.
Okay, fine,
and
then zero.
And we just, we're all probably going to hit it once, and that's all going to hurt. And it's just like, that is what it is.
Or I can just play it really safe and then avoid it.
Yeah.
And then
that's
wait till
true.
the very end and try and throw a random stupid player's name out there.
Yep.
Okay, fine, zero.
All right. You guys ready to you hopefully have some room on your whiteboard for your answer for this? That's the only hard part about this is the
Okay.
tiebreaker.
Oh, oops.
Maybe
Okay.
you can.
I have
write it
nothing on my
I'll write
whiteboard.
You could write it on
I'm
the-
taking no notes.
Oh,
Okay.
I have a lot of notes.
So you can write it on the backside. They're two-sided, aren't they? At least
Yeah,
ours
but I'm just
are.
gonna look at Sean's backside right now.
Oh, yeah.
So you can
that's
write
fine.
it on the backside and then just hold up the backside
gonna
when you
stare
have
at
your
Sean's
answer for
backside.
this question. Yeah.
You're always staring at my back. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. How many points has LeBron James scored for the Los Angeles Lakers? I'm doing this because you really should not take him with the Lakers, so I don't think I'm giving anything away. So how many career points has LeBron James scored in his time with the Los Angeles Lakers? Closest person will get to choose where they want to go in the draft order. Second person will get to choose that, and then the third person's stuck with whatever they end up with.
Does that include this year?
It includes games as of January 28th, which is, I believe, today.
I have no fucking idea.
And if it helps you at all, this is his 7th season with the
I
Lakers.
don't actually have a good,
I have no idea.
I'm just guessing based on,
I'm ready.
I think I know a round where he scored totals, and that's kind of,
Yeah, sure. I'll go with this.
it's the
All right,
top
everybody
number.
good?
It's just a repeat of the bottom number.
So
I'm
that
way off.
So I'm in the middle.
12,500, Dave,
Yes, what I wrote.
and then 8,000, and then 6,500.
Yep.
LeBron James in his 6.5 going on 7 seasons with the Los Angeles Lakers has scored 10,405 points.
I tried to go really low on purpose.
10,400.
Dave is slightly closer.
Damn.
He's off by like 2,100. Sean's off by like 2,400.
Oh,
So, Dave, this is still once again snake style. There are still positions, although they're not super hard to deal with. Dave wants the middle pick. Sean, would you like to go first or 3, 4?
first.
You should go first, yeah.
And Cody is going to go 3rd and 4th in the snake draft.
You gotta go then. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know the obvious one I'm going to do, and that might not be the best pick, but it's like the safest pick
Oh, yeah.
for me. Well, his career could have been, you could argue, a little longer. But I'm gonna go Michael Jordan, Chicago. That's
What? Not the Wizards?
oh, you're right.
I would love to know his actual career total points with the
Oh yeah.
Wizards if we have that on hand.
Well, I can find his total points and then just subtract, so that'd be easy enough. Or I guess I can look him up on BR real quick. I have it up.
Just curious. I look it up myself if you want.
I can do it. It's right here. He only played 2 seasons there, so it didn't add up to much.
I know. I was just curious how many more he
He
tacked
scored
on.
3,015 points, which is pretty good for 2 seasons for a 38 and 39-year-old.
Yeah,
I mean,
that actually
LeBron's
is.
doing more than that. But
I would have probably
still-
guessed like 2,000. So I don't know.
And he only played 60 games the first of those 2 seasons. In his time with Chicago, he had 29,277 points.
Good start, John.
That is, I believe, 4th out of all the answers. Let me double
Okay,
check.
so I didn't fucking blow it.
That is number 4
Okay.
out of all the possible answers, and there's a gap between 4 and 5 that's pretty sizable. So certainly nothing wrong with that as a number 1 pick.
I have no idea who the top 3 are. I have no clue.
Dave.
I mean, I have an idea of one.
Pick number 2 comes to you.
I hope I'm right on this. I really, really do. I'm going with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the Lakers.
That was my number 2 pick for what it's worth.
I put Michael Jordan as a guard. I guess that's fine. We'll put Kareem down here as a center. I
He
just
is
put
a
him in there without
guard.
thinking.
I had to
and-
guard him.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the Los Angeles Lakers is only the 11th best pick. He had 24,176 points.
That's still good, but I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's still not a bad pick by any means. That's not even number 1 or number 2 on the Lakers, who are now frozen out.
How
Yeah, I
long
know.
is-
I was going to use a Laker right away. And
Yeah,
I
you
can't
probably
now.
were, because
Oh,
one Kobe
yeah.
Bean Bryant.
Yeah, that's who
is
I was going to pick
Yeah.
against my own
number
will.
2 of all possible options.
Yeah, that was the
Yep.
other one I was considering, but
That's what I was going to do.
And Jerry West, who's number 2 for the Lakers, is also number 9 total.
Damn it! I cannot believe I didn't think of him. I've blocked Kobe out of my brain.
All right.
Well,
so
you also blocked the number 2 pick, so it's
effective. It's an effective
You'd
move.
rather it be you, but like that works.
Yeah.
Also, if Cody has space on his board or someone out there, it'd be nice if you guys could keep track of what teams have been picked, because that's
I
the
can do
only
that
thing
because I'm not doing anything.
We can look back and probably piece it together pretty quick, but it'd be nice if actually
Yeah.
I could list the team on
I'll
here.
keep it.
I can help with that a little bit. It's
Okay,
still be,
fine.
I think, nice to have somebody else back me up on that.
I also want to know, Chris. So, and maybe you said it, but I've been thinking a lot. So, Michael Jordan was how many years with the Bulls? If that's not easy to pick up on all the, because I'm gonna want to know
13.
for all of them. I think it's interesting.
13.
Unless 13. And then what about Kareem?
Actually, I think I have this on my spreadsheet. I don't have to go look it up on BR.
Okay.
Hold on. If I go by team, it'll have it by So hold on. Kareem had 14 seasons with the Lakers. Of course, he also had some time elsewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you said any year of the NBA counts.
Yes.
It sounds like you're
I don't know why this is a trick
gonna
question,
go.
but
Yeah.
sure.
Like I don't know where you're going with this one.
Wouldn't I just pick Wilt?
But what team?
I know that's the tricky part. I mean, I have a very specific choice now. I mean, unless I'm forgetting.
I don't know what team he played for. Yeah, really.
I mean, again, I don't need you, but it's the Bucks and the Sixers or the Lakers. I legitimately can't
It's
remember.
so funny. I can't even like cheat or try to.
I know. I'm not trying to.
obfuscate. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I could just take a zero of Wilt Chamberlain scored 0 points with the Los Angeles Clippers, and that's fine. Fuck. This isn't fun anymore.
It's your first turn.
I know,
What do you
but I already knew it wasn't going to be fun
anymore?
because I'm going to stress out this whole time. Let's just do Dirk with the Mavs.
That's a good one.
To start.
Dirk with the Mavs is the 3rd best option available.
Nice.
Solid.
I guess we'll put him at forward. You could argue he played a little center, but he's mostly a power forward. And with Dallas in his 20 seasons, or 21, I don't remember which, 21, he scored 31,560 points. Whoops.
Sorry, guys. I have frozen Luca off the board. You cannot draft Luca now. I apologize.
Oh no!
What was Luca? I just said it because he's probably higher up than I would like.
Let's see, Mavs.
It's not going to be that much yet. Right?
It's
It can't be.
it's gonna be okay. He's been there for how many years now? 5?
This shit isn't really even that.
Why can't I find the Mavs?
5,
What's
yeah.
happening here?
5 or 6.
Or
I
7.
can't seem to find the Mavs. I don't know what's
Or
happening
8.
here. I feel like I'm taking.
Dave, what year
Crazy
was
pills.
Ayton drafted?
2018.
So 6 years ago.
There he is.
Yep.
It could be okay. It could be okay with Luca.
Oh, they're alphabetical by first team name. Okay, great. Luca is already up to number 6 and very quickly going to pass Michael Finley for 5th.
Oh.
He has 12,089
Oh,
points.
on the Mavericks.
in Mavs
Oh,
history.
God.
I was like, he's not 6th all time in scoring among a single team already. What the
Holy
No.
shit. Okay. All right.
Yeah, since we're doing freeze out, I can talk about the other ones. You know who's second in the Mavs all-time scoring? You'll never guess.
Steve Nash.
Rolando Blackman.
Oh god.
Whoa.
fuck? What? Wait,
Interesting.
wait, hold on.
Steve Nash is not top 10.
I know.
Which, yeah, that makes sense, right?
It does.
He must
Okay,
be
so
close.
Cody, you go again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm really scared of doing the Wilt thing.
And you can go
So
for
I'll
it.
do another terrible. Well, I mean, I'll just go ahead and be terrible as a team person and go Karl Malone with the Jazz.
That was a good one.
I'm just gonna be disgusting. It's fine.
I had that one.
Well, Karl Malone also happens to be our number 1 answer.
Oh, dang. I thought he was going to be a good one. I didn't know he was going to be number 1.
He scored all of his points, 36,374.
He didn't score all of his points with them.
Well, yeah, okay, almost all of his points.
There's like a half a season.
Sure, with the Lakers, sure.
I remember. I was there. All right, well, it's a good start by me.
Yeah, was that the number 1 and the number
3.
Number 3 with number 2 off the board.
Which Kobe was my actual original fucking answer. So,
John Stockton almost had 20,000 points. It drops off a lot after that.
yeah, I am not surprised.
I feel like I am like missing people badly. Well, I'm gonna go with my number 2 pick. You forgot the team. It was the Warriors is where Wilt
Thank
was.
you.
So
Philadelphia.
Wilt
It was
Chamberlain
Philadelphia
the-
Warriors. Thank you.
The Warriors, but then also San. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Dave.
So we'll just put, I guess, GS.
Yeah. That's fine.
And
Oh, that does knock out Steph then, right?
it does knock
It
out
does.
Steph, who is a better pick. Will
Really?
Chamberlain. Let me just double check this is with the Warriors before I go and say anything.
I guess he had more Lakers seasons than I thought.
Let's see. This is first name alphabetical, which is really a lot tougher than I'd like it to be. But
Did I just
fine.
create in my mind that he played for the Bucks at some point?
That is the second best Warrior.
Okay.
He only played
He's a
6
Kareem.
seasons there, but he did score 17,783 points. Steph is number 1 with 25K.
So that would have got me because I would have said Philadelphia, but forgetting that it would have been the Warriors back then when I would have said that.
Also, just for what it's worth, Steph has now made 3,905 threes in his career.
Is that good?
It's not bad.
He's been
Seems
there
like a lot of
16
threes.
seasons. Warriors had a decent, like you couldn't pick somebody in their top 10 without getting at least 10K. They were one of the better franchises to get. But all right, back to Sean for consecutive picks. Dave's only behind by 26,000, so he's doing pretty well.
That's all right.
I have I think a good pick, a conventional pick, and then I have a very unconventional pick. And you're like, okay, what is it? So I'm gonna go Larry Bird, Boston.
Larry Bird with Boston is the 18th best
Oof.
pick, the third best Celtic.
Really? You went with
Was
Larry
Pierce
Bird on
higher?
the Celtics, not the other options there?
He scored in his 13 seasons 21,791 points.
Who-
White people aren't that good at basketball.
Who are
Sean.
you? Who are you thinking else besides on the Boston?
Pierce.
Paul Pierce is second with 24,000 points.
That's fine.
Am I stupid?
I don't know.
I just assumed that Bill Russell would be.
I
That's
I
what-
thought.
I mean, I know he's
maybe,
not scoring. I just thought he would be high. I think his career is just so fucking long.
Bill
rebounding.
Russell is, Bill
yeah.
Russell's 8th.
Oh, okay. Then I wasn't close at all.
Okay. Okay.
Pierce was before he said that. Pierce was the other answer I had.
So now my wild pick.
This is where the olds come in, by the way. John Havlicek, the leading Celtics scorer.
Oh yeah,
Interesting.
different.
26,000-ish.
My unconventional pick, and this is too early for this,
Okay, don't do that.
but I'm gonna do it anyways because I think it's funny. Bradley Beal, Washington.
Are
Ah.
you making a statement right now?
No, he was on Washington for a long time.
Just wanted to
and
make it-
he
just wanted to make a
flirted
statement
with
there?
the.
Okay, just
I
want
think
to make a statement.
2 of the seasons he scored the
You just want
most.
to make a statement. It's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Bradley Beal with the Wizards is the second best Wizard.
Bizarre.
He is somewhere in like the 60th range all time, 59th. He scored 15,391
number.
points in his 11 seasons
That's
with
pretty bad.
Washington.
See, Sean, that would be an example of a franchise that maybe doesn't make the cut.
He was 160 points off catching Elvin Hayes from the all-time scorer, but now he's gone.
He'll be back. He'll retire as a wizard or a wizard bullet, whatever.
Back to Dave.
I think of the highest scorers. Like, I would love. The hard part is like, you'd love to pick a really good scorer like Kevin Durant. You're like, oh nope, that's no good. That's not a good pick at all. He's bounced around so much. I am gonna go. I think with someone who played a long time for his team. And just really wreck you guys when it comes to centers and pick Hakeem Olajuwon for the Rockets.
My concern was that I didn't think his career was all that long.
It was pretty long.
Was it? Okay.
84 to 99 at the Rockets, I
Oh.
think.
Okay.
Yeah, another person that we would like to pretend he never left and played for anybody else, but
Yeah, I'm just gonna move Dirk to center. So I'm gonna play
But he
small ball.
did.
Okay. That's fine.
Hakeem Olajuwon played 17 seasons for the Houston Rockets, and in them he scored the 5th most of anybody on this list, 26,511
Great
points.
pick.
I was
Great
definitely
pick.
going to pick him very next, so that's a bummer, but it's fine.
That is the best remaining player on the board.
Ugh.
Nice.
Feels good. That feels good.
This sucks now.
Why you
I
only
like
can
that.
do the 5th
makes
and
me happy.
6th the best?
No, because I only have like so many fucking players who've played a long time and they're dumb teams in my head. Yeah, I have a finite amount of space. See, I mean, like, and I'm pretty confident. I just have to like not do horrible, and I could probably beat Sean already. With that 15,000, so I'm tempted to just do dumb off the wall shit like he did. So let's go with Dwayne Wade for Miami. Oh, I should be taking these off. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Where is Dwayne on my overall list? Why is he not here? There he is. Dwayne Wade, the great Dwayne Wade, Dwayne, is the 11th best player on the list. Sorry, 21st best player on the list. I don't know where he is of what's remaining, but he had 21,556 points.
Better than Bradley Beal.
Yep.
Who am I missing on my list?
In his 15 seasons with the Heat before he had a brief dalliance with Chicago, and then we don't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. Warriors, Lakers, Rockets.
That unsurprisingly is the
I
best
didn't put
Heat.
Wizards down.
That's
How could you forget the
that's the best Heat
Wizards?
player of all time. That's the only Heat player to score more than 9,500 points all time. Alonzo Mourning is second.
So now you
So,
go again, Cody.
It worked. Okay. Fuck.
LeBron James scored 8,000 points. He was fifth all time in his 4 seasons there.
I'll just
That's
go
how
with
bad that
Duncan
franchise is.
with the Spurs.
Who?
Duncan with the Spurs.
I had that one written down.
Tim Duncan is the best player still available on the board. He's number 6th all time,
Oh, weird, Cody. Weird.
What?
and he has scored for them in his 19 seasons 26,400.
It's not like I'm going with like hot takes here, Sean. These are pretty basic ass names that we and you specifically being an old man grew up with. So sorry, can't all be Bradley Beal.
There's only a handful of 20,000 plus scores left on the board. For example, David Robinson is now gone. He scored 21,000 for the Spurs.
Why is he still on my screen?
You can't banish him that easily.
But ching.
Back to Dave.
Let's see. I guess I better go away from centers eventually, right?
No,
I
would keep doing it while Sean gathers up 1,500 or 15,000 point scoring guards.
Yeah, trying to think of the best score for the Bullets.
Right, especially you already
Well,
used them. Shut up. That's actually kind of the list I need to make is what fucking teams are left already.
I'm kind of doing that right now. I'm gonna go someone with a long career, Reggie Miller for the Pacers.
That's a good one.
Fucker.
Reggie Miller. Hey, welcome to having a guard. That's cool.
I need one. I did need one eventually.
You dick.
Is the best player still available
Yeah.
on the board? He's 8th
Huzzah!
among these players with 25,279 points for the Pacers in his 18 seasons there. That means the top 10 is now completely gone, either because you've picked them or because you've taken their teams off the board. The next best player available is 13th now. And we go back to Sean.
Okay, I need...
By the way, the rest of the Pacers were not very good picks. So,
Shocker.
yeah, I know I'm not really giving much away there, but
Big time shocker.
So, let me...
Where's Detlef Shrimp rank?
he didn't make the top 10.
Damn.
Rick Smits is the only other player to score at least 10K for the
Smit
Pacers.
Ricks?
So I'm going to lead with this one because I am kind of surprised they haven't done it, but I also know why. But it is tenure with a team. If they leave and come back, that still counts.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm going to say LeBron, Cleveland.
Yeah. I was waiting for that. I just didn't want to
And
do
it should be decent.
In
Could
his
be.
2 stints with the Cleveland, LeBron played 11 seasons, and in those 11 seasons, he scored 23,119 points.
Okay.
That is 16th best, and the 3rd best player still on the board.
Good job, Sean.
Thank you.
Good pick, Sean.
And then this is really funny because I'm a Suns fan.
I've been waiting for you guys to pick a Sun.
I'm going to pick a Sun to take him off the board. And I should get bonus points for being the fan who does that. But I should lose bonus points because I know he's not number 1. And I don't know who he's number 2 to. So.
I literally just texted this to us the other
In
day.
the group
It's
chat,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But did you say who the number 1 was?
He did.
It was a screenshot, yes.
Well, I'm going to go Devin Booker for the Phoenix Suns.
I had that written down too, just so you know.
And as you would know from the screenshot, Devin Booker is second all time. He's only behind Walter Davis by now 118 points.
Okay, that's
He has
small
scored
change.
15,548 in his 10 seasons so far as
Damn.
of the last game he played.
That's not very
The
good.
good news is it's not the lowest scoring player on your team.
It's not. And you know what? And their teammates again, which I think great. That's what you want.
All right, this is a good chance for a mini game that doesn't do anything for scoring because Cody would be bad at it. But who else is in the top 10 for the Suns? Name
Charles
names.
Barkley,
Charles Barkley is not.
Barkley,
Amar Stoudemire?
random white guy.
Amari is 7th.
That white guy.
You have to be more specific. There's multiple.
I don't know. Like Garfield, was he or Gar Hurd?
The cat?
Gar Hurd is not.
Gar Hurd.
The cat? You got a cat on your team?
Alvin Adams.
Alvin Adams is 3rd.
White guy.
Sean Marion.
Sean
is
Marion's 5th.
way up there. Yeah. Jason Kidd. I feel like
the original Sun.
Original
Dick
Son
Van
is in
Arsdale.
Dick Van Arsdale. He's 6th.
Yes. Okay.
Jason Kidd can't be up there very
No.
much.
Think other point guards.
Kevin Johnson.
Kevin Johnson's 4th.
Dan Marley.
Dan Marley was surprisingly low. I went and looked.
Okay.
He did not make the top 10. Only scored like 7,000
Nash?
points.
There's something covering my stats.
Yeah, could Nash have? Even though it was so many assists, but
Nash was 8th.
okay,
White guy.
good
Told
job,
you.
Nash.
I knew there was a white guy.
Cracked 10K. And then 9th and 10th is Paul Westphal and Larry Nance. So
Another white guy.
Nice.
There's your mini Suns trivia. And now we go back to Dave.
Okay.
I am gonna knock off the team that has always been terrible, but I think this might work as a pick. The Clippers is the next team that I'm going for. But I'm gonna pick Elgin Baylor. He was there for a while, I believe.
I can't get the
I
thing
hope
to
there's some
update.
weird Clippers history that just fucks you right now.
I mean,
That
them
would
being
be
like
great,
the
wouldn't
Buffalo
it?
Braves. And
Yeah,
who the fuck
they
was
were
on there.
actually.
I had Elgin on my list for Clippers as well, as the little shitty list I've created over here.
I'm just trying to figure out why this is not working because we're still live, right? Are we?
Hope so.
It says we have excellent connection, but my preview has frozen. Because the Google Doc is frozen. That's why that thing popped up. It's trying to go offline. Chat has disconnected, but we're still listed as live. Dave can still hear us.
I can hear you.
So what the fuck is this?
My internet goes on my phone.
Did your internet go down?
Probably so.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I just reloaded that
Well,
successfully.
maybe it
and
did for a
seemed
second, but I
fine.
don't know how we're still talking to Dave.
Reconnection successful
point.
there.
Dave's not here.
Are we having connection issues, says Doug. We sure are. But it should be back again. I'm trying to see if it's live. Or how I would go about making it live again. This is great. I mean, it won't happen in post. And it's fine. That's popping up. How do I get YouTube to recognize that it's broken, though?
John, remind me
Do I
what
have
teams are in
to-
the NBA.
No.
Tell me who's in the NBA,
I
Sean.
don't want to
you're doing
end
fine.
stream
Sean,
because
tell
then
me
it's
who's
gonna...
in the NBA.
No, you're talking shit, and
Sean, I don't remember who plays in the NBA.
All right, let me try
I'm
and do it
freezing
this
up.
way.
I don't know who's in the league.
I'm having to think about that too. I have a
Okay, I hear us
Decent.
again.
pick. I just don't.
And died.
Okay, I think we're all back now. Doug says he can see us. I hear us on the stream. I don't know what the hell just happened there or how long it was bad. It couldn't have been for more than a minute because that thing popped up with... All right, well, that's weird because we never fully lost the internet because Dave was here the whole time. I don't know what the fuck any of that was about. Dave was going to go Elgin Baylor with the Clippers, correct?
He
Yes.
was.
Yes. Elgin Baylor is the Clippers. That is my pick.
I don't remember if he was a guard or a forward primarily. I think he played both.
I think it was a forward.
Thought he was a forward, but I also saw him bigger and fatter later in his life, so maybe I just assumed he was a forward.
Okay. Sorry, I got to get everything back on track here. Very unhelpful. Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Uh,
Use 14 of the.
Dave, I want to give you some bad news.
Uh-oh.
Elgin's not in the top 10 among all Clippers, and that's already a bad list. So
Is it
I
because he
have to
scored too
go-
much with the Lakers?
Holy.
I got to go look him up now.
I really thought
Alright,
he
time to
was-
play
Elgin
safe.
Baylor never played for the Clippers.
That's why he was a Laker. He was a GM of the Clippers. I remember now. That's right. That's why I was
Now-
nervous.
You did say no mulligans in this draft.
And it's too bad because Dave probably would have voted for a mulligan, and
We outvoted him.
and he got outvoted and now is fucked, which is just a great metaphor, I think, for the country. So,
Please explain how.
Oh, you know.
The will of the
Um,
people and what might be fair is not exactly popular.
Now, Elgin was a good Laker. He was
Yeah.
4th all-time among the Lakers with 23,000 points. But the Lakers, of course, are off the board. He was 15th all-time for one team. But I think I am forced to give a 0, and then maybe if the players feel pity for you later.
No.
But I don't know if that's going to happen.
No, I mean,
They
like,
will
no
feel no pity
offense,
for
but
me.
like that was a risky pick. So you went for the
And it was
gold.
actually pretty solid.
Yeah.
That's the worst part.
And I really did have it on here, and I was like, why do I feel like that's weird for some reason? And it's because he was the GM and he was actually a Laker the whole time. He's among the 85 Lakers that should be on all of these lists of how many guys have scored in every single fucking thing.
All right,
Hilarious.
well, Cody.
I will go with the New York Knicks and take Carmelo.
Okay, that's a good one.
I'm gonna play it really safe.
I
now.
also want to know what Patrick Ewing was, Chris. I don't think as good as Carmelo. I
I was going to say John
need a
Starks,
center.
to be fair, so.
I need to get this damn text box out of here. Why is everything breaking? Can it just work, please? Okay. You're going Carmelo with what?
New York.
New York. Okay. Well, you're going to accidentally take the best player available off the board, but it's not Carmelo.
Yeah, I know.
Is it Starks?
No, there's a pretty obvious New York Knickerbocker that you're not thinking of.
No, I know. I'm for sure not thinking.
There is one Patrick Ewing who scored 23,665.
So
Yeah, that's what I said.
I was
asked you
surprised-
for Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, I was surprised he actually did.
he was
have
on my
more,
board. yeah.
Carmelo Anthony scored 10,186
That's even
points
worse than you.
in his 7 years with the New York Knicks.
thought
He's
he-
also, well, I can't
I thought
talk
he
about
dumped
it.
about much more points.
You know
than
what?
That. Why do I think
what
that?
was Carmelo with Denver?
Probably better?
I was going to say I wasn't going to talk about it, but I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, you could technically take him still, so I technically can't answer
Yeah,
that
Oh.
question.
he's still on the
Oh, I
board
thought
for
you-
the Nuggets.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
The
think
player
you could take
doesn't-
the same player
No,
multiple times.
that's what I'm saying. You could take well, we can't
Oh,
take
this
LeBron
is
as a
broken,
Laker because
too.
we got that
Everything's
spoiled for us.
broken.
But
What the fuck
you could take
happened
LeBron
here?
as not as a Heat as a Heat because I have him already, or I have the team already.
There.
Damn, I thought I was
Said
playing
that.
it safe that way.
Oh, Doug pointed out the graphics too. Well, he's trying
All right.
to help. I didn't see it. Too many things going on because the fucking internet sucks. All right.
I want to go.
Cody.
I want to go with the Blazers, but I don't know which player to pick because
I'm not gonna say that.
I know. You shouldn't say anything.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
just
say
like, look, you don't like that I don't talk out my process and I just say things.
No,
and
I
don't
want you to talk through your
engage.
process. I'm not going to reveal anything to you. If you're
Oh no,
like,
I'm just throwing it out.
this
for
isn't
crap.
going to be like what's the Tom Cruise movie?
He's in a lot of movies.
Cocktail.
That was it.
Vanilla Sky.
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire.
No, the one where he's like, you can't handle the truth.
A Few Good Men.
Few Good Men. Yeah, I'm
Is that
not just
Figurman?
gonna.
Yes, it is Figurman.
Yeah, you're hoping like I'm
No,
just
no,
gonna
no.
admit.
I'm just saying. I think I'm gonna go with the Blazers because it's really the only other list I have. here.
Okay.
I just think it's recency bias, but I'm just gonna go with Lillard just because.
That's the one that I was like, I feel
That's a
like
good one.
you almost can't, even if it's wrong, you can't go with another pick.
Yeah, like I want to go back further and do the whole. Oh, I should go back further because I just fucked up Carmelo.
I think
versus the
I
older
think
player.
Lillard is a good.
But I'll go with Lillard.
He was there forever.
And the stream is broken again. What the fuck are we doing here?
I'm back around to me, and
You're running out of teams that exist in the NBA.
I'm
aren't
running
you?
out of teams, and
Okay, I
I'm
think
running
we're
out
back.
of ideas.
I have one more. Feel good about.
All right. Should be reconnected. I don't know.
Oh, I have
Stream's
a really
up.
good one. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Which one did you end up going with, Cody?
Damian Lillard.
Blazers.
Blazers.
Not the Bucks.
Not Bucks. Not Bucks.
It's important to be clear on that. You couldn't really go wrong with either. Lillard is the number 1 all-time scorer for the Portland Trailblazers. He has
You
scored.
sure you didn't want to go with Carmelo?
He scored 19,376 points in his 11 seasons. Clyde Drexler was 18,000 in his
Okay.
12.
So I mean, it was very obvious who I was choosing between. But yes, okay. So there wasn't that much.
Yeah,
of
because
a
you took
difference.
Clyde already in a different draft. So
He is one of the few older players I'm very familiar with their careers for whatever fucking reason. I don't like my Carmelo pick now, but
all right,
I could just put you away, Sean.
we are headed back to Dave.
All right, I'll go with another forward. This one I'm sure actually played for the team.
Good start.
Positive.
You can't draft Sam
Okay.
Bowie from the Portland Blazers already.
All right.
All right, well now I got to think. No, Giannis, Bucks.
That makes sense.
Yeah. You know? Yeah.
He should have just Kareemed again.
Yeah, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bucks. No, Giannis, Bucks.
Kareemed.
I mean, that's fair.
Actually, Kareem for the Bucks wouldn't be a bad pick because he scored 39,000 points.
Not
So
really gonna fit.
it would
but
be
that-
50. It'd be guaranteed 15.
Yeah. Giannis is the all-time leading scorer for the Milwaukee Bucks, and in his 12 seasons so far, he has scored 19,700 points.
Wow.
Damn, he and Lillard were that. I mean, well, I guess Lillard had more.
The second best scorer for them is Kareem, even though he was only there for 6 seasons. He had 14,000. Chris Middleton is third
insane.
all-time.
Are you fucking kidding me?
He's been there 12 years
I
already.
thought
Are you fucking kidding me?
12 years of Chris Middleton. That seems like too many years of Chris Middleton.
All right, so I have 2 good ones.
You've got to be fucking kidding
I'm
me.
gonna
He's
lead-
third all time.
Giannis
I'm
was
going to lead
26th
with my
on best.
better one, I think. Now, the only thing I don't know is the tenure. I could, this could fuck me over. But at least it takes a big team off the board. So I'm going to go with the
No.
Sixers. I'm going to go with Allen Iverson.
fine.
It was maybe a microwave period. I don't know if it was the longevity. I maybe it was. I don't know, but I'm going with it.
Allen Iverson, certainly a reasonable pick. You'll never guess who's number 1 for the Sixers. It's not Allen Iverson. That's my way of telling you. It's also not Julius Erving. It's not Charles Barkley. It's not Joel Embiid, who's 7th. It's Hal Greer. Hal Greer scored 21,500 points for the Sixers. However,
In 1950?
Iverson is second, and he has scored 19,931 points.
Damn, he
Not-
did have more than
Not
Lillard.
great. Okay. So my other one is weird, but it's going to take...
But you're not on the clock.
It's going to take...
Oh, you are on the clock. That's right. Dave,
my
I forgot.
fucking
I
turn.
forgot Dave's the one who gets skipped. That's right.
I'm split between 2, but I feel like this has to be... Me average a
Who are
triple
you,
double.
who are you
so
playing?
It has to be
who are you
pretty
playing
good.
at center?
Right now, I'm thinking we're gonna go really small ball. I think I'm gonna have Allen Iverson at
Okay,
center.
good. Good choice.
He played bigger than he was, by God.
So I'm gonna go with Russell Westbrook
Fucker.
for Seattle/OKC,
Fuck you. Fuck you.
and it has to be okay. Now Durant might be more, but Russell has all those extra years that Durant didn't
Yeah, but
have.
fuck you. I was going to use that next. Fuck you.
So we'll see. It might not be that good.
There are 3 players that are super close for the all-time leading scorer for that franchise.
Ray
You've
Allen
named
probably
2 of them. Ray
yeah.
Allen is not the third.
Okay.
The third is a sneaky one that I think we forget how good he was
I know
because his
that.
career ended so quietly. Gary Payton.
Yeah, Peyton.
I thought about Payton. I just thought, point guard first, sort of distributor. I
Nah,
don't know.
he was there for so long and as
Yeah.
the main option or kind of the
13
main guy. He
years.
scored a lot.
Okay.
Kevin Durant is third. He was only there 9. With his 11 seasons, Russell Westbrook is first for the Sonics franchise. He has 18,859 points.
Man, not,
Not as good as
Great.
you hoped.
but I can't complain. I just, with the 2 sort of whiffs I have, because I now went, and you're still you haven't gone.
I'm
one ahead
I'm
of
out
you.
of teams. I don't know who else to do, so I'm at a loss.
We'll see. We're gonna find out.
Yep.
Alright.
So you guys have 2 picks left, and Sean also has to take a center because there's no
Yep.
player on his
Has to
list
get
that I
center
can
left.
move to center. I mean, I guess LeBron
Yeah.
has, but LeBron's not a center. I can't do it.
No.
Dave.
All right. This one I'm surprised I've overlooked. I believe that the Minnesota Timberwolves haven't been around that long. So Kevin Garnett for the Minnesota.
Dave, that was my
Timberwolves.
next pick. I waited on him too long.
Well, you-
I had him written
you
down.
couldn't
He was
fix him, so-
he was my number 4 written on my board. Just in order
and he just didn't do
that
it.
I wrote people. I just never got around to him. I hope I didn't leave a lot of points on the board.
Kevin Garnett is the all-time leading scorer for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm not surprising you by saying that. He was there 14 seasons. Karl Anthony Towns had 13,000 points in his 9 seasons. That's second all-time. Andrew Wiggins is third, so that tells you how fucking terrible the Timberwolves are. Anthony Edwards is already fourth with 8,000
He's up
points.
there.
Kevin Garnett, the big ticket, had 19,201 points.
Okay. All right. I
It is
can't be
once again disconnecting. I do not understand for the life of me what's happening.
I can't be that upset. Although he was a better pick than Russell Westbrook. But what can you do?
And you need a center.
I'll get around to that. Or I won't. And, we'll just...
Garnett could have been a center. He was a power forward, but he played some center. It was
Yeah.
not that much of a stretch. I'm going to see if this reconnects, and then I have to reconnect the stream, and then I have to add the number because I can't do it while it's still frozen, even though, again, the internet is fine. And we may want to reset this before basketball, though if Discord's fine, maybe it doesn't fucking matter. I don't know. I may have to just upload this episode after the fact because this recording will be fine and untouched, but what's left of the YouTube archive is probably going to be a fucking mess.
So, Cody, you are now on the clock for 2.
I know.
And do you even have 1?
No.
He's got to wrap up his draft, and he's got to get 2 picks in here.
You better start thinking.
I know. Sorry.
Oh, I only have
My
1.
wife is texting me.
I only have 1 left. That's so sad.
You only have 1 left.
This one's fun. I like this one.
I thought you guys would enjoy this one. I wish the
This
internet
is very good.
wasn't being terrible.
I'm just gonna have to go with stretches now to try and see if I can protect my lead.
Yeah.
Dave 0 makes it really. I'm just worrying about you, but
All right, what do you got? Well, I mean, you have 2 picks here, so.
well, but Dave's point. I was waiting for Dave's points.
Yeah, I can't put him in. We still
No.
have
I know. That's what I was waiting to go. I was waiting to say my pick until Dave's points
He's
because I
telling
don't
me.
want to stack up.
Right. So even though
bunch
this
of
is
shit.
going to be fine for the ultimate episode and the audio won't be on. Okay, wait. Chat reconnected. Okay, so that should be a sign that we're coming back. I still have to manually
I think
stop
I'm going to
and
go with one
restart
of my
the fucking
rando picks
stream.
that I had when we were doing our team draft or the individual draft. One of my ones I pulled out of my ass that was random. I think will be like 10, 15, 12,000, something like that is my hope.
Okay.
But I have a 2,000 point lead on you, and I have 2 players to your 1.
You have a 2,000. Yeah, exactly.
And you have a center, and I have 2 any positions, basically.
Yeah.
And so I think that my 2 are going to be able to combine enough to be any center you could think of
I'm
from
sure,
the shit franchises we have.
unless you like,
absolutely botch
mulligan
it.
out,
Yeah.
which is not a thing. But
I mean, I will guarantee the players I'm picking played for the franchise.
well, what we can do is you can just say your pick. We'll lock it in,
Okay.
and then we'll reveal it all at the end. You know what I mean?
I'm just going to do it
my
offline. We're just going to upload this after because this is fucking
Okay.
a joke. So we'll just continue as if nothing's happening, and I'll fix it later.
Great.
Okay.
So Kevin Garnett, I don't think I actually gave the total.
It was
Uh,
it was
19,000
19,201 points for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Okay, and that's only like 300-ish, 400-ish better. So that's
Okay,
I'm not gonna lose sleep over that.
now we go to Cody for back-to-back picks. And
I'm double checking to make sure that we haven't used the Atlanta Hawks,
We have not.
and I'm going to go with Dominique Wilkins.
Okay, that's probably pretty solid. I don't
Really good
know
pick.
though. I avoided this stretch of history.
I don't feel great about it. It's just a player that's famous that played a long time ago
Right.
for one of the shitty franchises we have left.
That's not how you spell Dominique. Dominique Wilkins only played 12 seasons for the Hawks.
Yes.
But he was the best player still left on the board. He's 14th overall. He scored 23,292
Okay.
points.
That's the win right there.
Really has to be because mathematically it doesn't make sense otherwise.
And my final pick will be for the Denver Nuggets. The player I randomly pulled out of my ass last time is Alex English.
Oh,
I think you're gonna pick Carmelo.
You know what? I thought about doing it
I
because
was a
it's funny.
huge Carmelo fan.
You know, I actually was because Carmelo won me. Really small tangent. The year that he went to the NCAA championship with Syracuse, I'm not fucking no hyperbole. I picked it because I liked his fucking name, and I was however many years old, and I filled out a bracket in my grandpa's school pool, and I beat all these fucking adults because I picked Syracuse to win the title. And I have always, to this day, no matter how annoying or shitty he was defensively, I have always loved Carmelo because he had me as a 11-year-old or 12-year-old beat a bunch of adults in a March Madness pool.
He was really good at Syracuse.
It was
and
one of
he
the
was
funniest
really good
fucking things
at Denver.
ever. Yes. One of the funniest things ever.
Carmelo in his 8 seasons with Denver was 4th.
Damn.
Jokic is 2nd. Alex English is 1st for the Nuggets. In his 11 seasons, he scored 21,645 points. Means Cody's going to end up stomping everybody in this. That was helped a lot by Alex English's 18 three-pointers that he made.
Is there a player out there that scored 60,000 points for a team?
We could certainly lie and say there was. I don't even remember who's the best player available. Oh, no, there they are. Number 17 is still on the board, but it's only 22,000 points. So, Dave, you need something big to maybe have a chance at second.
No, it's not going to happen. I mean, it's Sean would have to mess up, and I'd have to get that one.
I am willing to give Dave Elgin Baylor's Laker points now.
No, I'm not. So
No, I mean the only
Oh, you're outvoted. He wants the Laker points, and I want the Laker points.
No. The only proper thing to do is I pick another Clipper, basically, but that we didn't have mulligans, so I screwed up. That's what happened.
Well, Dave, I'm voting in favor of unmulliganing your mulligan and letting you pick a new Clipper.
Just select a pick, Dave, and because I wanna pitch something, but I can't do it if you're taking forever.
Well, I'm thinking of the teams we got left here.
Yeah.
And it's just slim pickings right now.
That's why I picked 2 players that I picked in the season thing when I had these two randos. That's what I did. I just remembered back to that.
Like I'm going through the divisions in my mind. I'm like, who do we?
Oh my
missing
God!
here?
Hurry up.
Oh my God! Shut up.
The Nets. You don't have a net.
I don't have a net.
Cody, stop cheating.
There's
for
no
Dave.
king. Oh yeah, I'm really hoping.
Stop cheating! I haven't gone yet. So cool it.
You have an 11,000 point lead with a bunch of players who've scored 19,000
give a
points in their
shit.
career.
I'm gonna go. No, I'm just gonna go with. God, he wasn't there that long. I guess I will go with Tracy McGrady for the Magic. I don't feel great about it, but it's something.
Well, you took my center off the board. Thanks for that.
Defense.
Tracy McGrady only played 4 seasons for the
He
Magic.
didn't play there that long.
For fucking nothing. I'm glad I didn't want a Clipper. Dave would have totally
freaking NBA,
fucking
man.
cockblocked me on everything.
Didn't,
There aren't really any good Magic. Dwight's first, but he only has 11,000
Yep.
points.
Dude,
Tracy
I'm
McGrady in
center
his
for
4
you,
seasons
Shaq.
did score
Okay.
8,298 points.
He was a good scorer. I thought he was. Was he in Toronto longer?
Nick Anderson, of all people,
The
is
Rockets.
second.
He was
Nikola
on the Rockets
Vucevic is
forever,
third.
right?
Shaquille O'Neal is only 6th, but of course he also only spent 4 seasons there.
McGrady had more seasons as a Rocket than he did as a Magic. I hate Magic. I hate these fucking
That's the freaking team.
He jumped around. a
I
decent
hate
amount.
this. I hate that era.
I almost
hate that
used him as the example of like, this is a player you shouldn't pick in this draft because they jumped around too many teams, and I didn't say anything, and now here we are. Sean has the final pick. He only needs negative 3,000 points to beat Dave.
Pick
He's gonna
LeBron
need
again.
57,000 to
as
catch
a-
Cody.
I think this is like a decent
LeBron.
potentially pick, although he probably was hurt so much. I don't know. I feel like DeMarcus Cousins was on Sacramento for like an eternity, and they were bad every year. But I'm gonna go with him because I need a center.
Sack.
Ball. Sack.
DeMarcus Cousins is on Sacramento's all-time list. He's only 7th.
Yeah,
In his 7 seasons, somewhat injury plagued, he scored 9,894 points.
there you go.
Did Vlade Divac have more points?
No.
Damn.
He's not in the top 10.
That'd have been funny.
Person
well,
who is in the top
'Cause
10
I would
is
have liked to go Chris Webber, but not really a center. I guess you could have slotted him.
and
there.
Weber jumped around too much. He's also not in the top 10.
Oh, okay.
That the Sacramento pick was, as much as Cody made fun of it, the best player left available, which is Oscar Robertson, who scored 22,000 points for the Sacramento.
I didn't know he was on Sacramento, so that wouldn't have mattered.
Because
he's not one I would have picked either.
he was not a Sacramento king. He
Yeah.
was a
He was
other
a
king.
Kansas
We-
City.
so what
king.
we should do is just what I was
Royal.
going to say is we should just keep going and just go through all the teams.
Well, there's only 6 teams remaining.
Great,
But I've already won. I don't want to do that.
but just for fun's sake,
But
what would you do next?
Me?
Yeah,
Well,
because it's
let me.
no, actually it's my pick.
Do you see that I don't have any more fucking teams left on my list?
Technically, it's my pick next.
All right. So who do we have?
You have the
left?
Nets.
Thank
you
you.
have
Wait, no.
the-
That's part of the fun. Is we got to figure it out.
Yeah.
You can't just say it.
Again, I avoided the Hornets Pelicans conundrum.
My other thing, I'm gonna go with Toronto. I'm gonna go DeMar DeRozan. He was like a fixture there, and he scored a lot of points. Where's he at?
DeMar DeRozan is the leading scorer all time for the Raptors. In his 9 seasons, he had 13,296 points.
Hey, come back.
Kyle Lowry 2nd, Chris Bosh 3rd, Vince Carter 4th.
Come back. Dave, who you got?
God. I mean, at this point, who we got left? We got the Nets. I mean, at the Nets, I would probably end up going with Julius Erving, even though I know he's in the ABA.
All right, let's see it. What is it?
He's not in the top 10, so I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll just say it's a 0 to keep
Yeah,
it
do another
easy. All right, Cody, you have 2 picks.
We'll give Dave a mulligan since it's the free roaming time anyways.
I
Pick another
literally
net.
am blanking on who the two teams are.
Pick another
I'm
net.
missing.
Okay, I'm gonna pick another. Let's pick Richard Jefferson. He was
Okay.
there for a long time.
Richard Jefferson is 4th all-time for the Nets, 8,507 points. The leading all-time
Hooray.
scorer for the Brooklyn/New Jersey Nets
Rajan Petrovic.
is Brook Lopez.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
right.
my God.
Yeah.
Which
That
was a
gonna
whole
say-
thing when it happened. He beat out Buck Williams by 4 points.
All right,
And
Cody.
would he have been a better center for Sean?
10,444, so barely.
So, Cody, you have 2 teams.
No, there's more than 2 teams remaining, right?
Well, I'm just. You have 2 picks.
I'm blanking on who the fuck the teams are that we're missing. I have Hornets and Pelicans.
Well, I'm not. This is part of the game, so I can't tell you.
I
who
already
you're
won the
missing.
game, so I don't care.
Okay, do you just want to skip these 2 then?
I mean, you could just tell me the team's names.
No, I'm not going to tell you the names. It's either you're going to say,
Fine.
Yeah.
I would love to know what the fuck team Chris Paul counts for these fucking stupid teams of I don't know where the fucking history of the teams are. So Chris Paul for a team that is remaining. I'm breaking the rules because the game's over.
Well, so
I literally don't know where if the Charlotte's history goes to the Pelicans or if Charlotte's history, the old Pelicans history. Or you know what, fine.
Charlotte's-
Glenn Rice, Hornets, there, I don't care.
there you go. There you go.
There, I'll just solve the
Official.
problem.
The Pelicans are separate from the Hornets,
Thank you.
as they should be. Glenn Rice is 6th all-time for them with 5,600 points.
There you go, I got 56.
In 3
Okay,
seasons.
and who's your second pick?
Kemba Walker was number 1, the only player with more than 10,000.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
Who's your next pick?
Zion Williamson for the Pelicans.
Okay.
There.
That's a terrible pick.
Zion
Okay,
Williamson
I already
in-
won.
In
I-
5 injury-played seasons, is 6th for the Pelicans with 4,800 points.
Great.
I would have said, what about AD?
Anthony Davis is their number 1. He's the only one over 9,000 points. He has 11,000 in his 7
Hey.
seasons there.
Not bad. Okay, Dave.
2 teams left.
Wait, so he just picked New Orleans. We have Charlotte. Alonzo Moore. No, you picked Glenn Rice, right?
Yeah, pick
Mhm.
Glenn Rice.
Oh God. Who the heck?
There's two franchises remaining,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't know who they are. We're blanking. It's very
Well,
funny.
I know one of them,
Sean only
but
knows
I don't
one.
know. I'm forgetting the last one, to be honest.
Yeah, you are. One of them is a good pick, and one of them is not.
This is sad.
Nets already picked. Toronto already picked. Celtics already picked. Nets already picked. I'm just literally going through divisions
Right.
now.
No, I mean,
Charlotte,
one of these you're absolutely right to
Miami.
forget, and one of them you really shouldn't have.
Charlotte, Miami, Orlando, Hawks already picked. And Jesus, what's the other team in the Southeast Division?
The Wizards.
Wizards. Thank you. I know we already did Pacific. There's Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio, Oklahoma City.
Oh my God, Dave, you're gonna just you pass.
No,
I mean,
It's taking too long.
no, he hasn't.
I'm trying to remember what freaking team we haven't done.
It's taking
'cause
too
we've
long.
Done.
There's one.
Oh, Memphis,
Fuck.
and
That's the one I did remember.
Yeah.
After he was
Memphis
going.
is the team I'm going for, and I'm just gonna have fun with Sharif Abdur-Rahim.
Sharif Abdul-Rahim is on the list.
Where's
I
Ja?
figured he was.
He is 6th overall, 7,800 points. John Morant is 8th. Number 1 all-time scorer. You should know at least one of the top 2 names. There's 2 up there by far.
Zebo.
Gasol.
Zebo's
Yeah,
3rd.
another.
Mark Gasol is 2nd. Pau Gasol is 4th. Mike Conley, number 1 all-time for the
Oh.
Memphis Grizzlies.
Damn.
11,733. One franchise left, Sean.
I don't know. I don't know the last one. We did a lot of the weird ones like Utah, Minnesota.
Who is Utah weird?
Sacramento.
This franchise has 8 different scores with at least 10,000 points.
Uh-oh.
I did Toronto. We did Memphis, New Jersey.
It's an Eastern Conference team.
Yeah, I figured. I'm pretty good on the West, and the East I get confused. I don't know.
No, Sean, you gotta pick. Just skip him.
We did.
him, he
We
took
did
too long.
Atlanta. We did. I don't mind if you skip me. We did Atlanta. We did.
Do
You
either-
ruined his joy by taking the Grizzlies from
We
him.
did Orlando. We did Toronto.
Do either of the two of you know the team besides him?
No, I can't remember. It's why it's embarrassing.
Um.
I'm completely blanked.
All right. I'll tell you when you're ready.
Now I'm trying to remember who it is, and I'm trying to. It's hard not seeing it in front of me.
Milwaukee, we did.
They haven't really been relevant for a while.
I don't know.
Since Sean wanted to drag us out, I'm really having fun.
Yeah, now we can all think about it though. Like the East.
Great radio.
The East.
It's great radio.
It's fine. The episode's broken anyways. Whatever the fuck happened tonight.
I don't know.
Why I recorded as a backup though? Otherwise,
Florida has 2 teams. We hit both of those. Milwaukee, Atlanta. Carolina doesn't have an NBA team.
They do. Charlotte.
It's called the Charlotte Hornets, but that's besides the point.
That's
Carolina.
not real. That's not a real team.
Does Maryland have a team?
No.
Oh. Does Delaware have a team?
Washington.
No. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm going to go with the obvious. Maybe it's not obvious. I'm going to say, I don't know a lot of players otherwise. So I'm going to go Isaiah Thomas, Detroit.
Yeah, the Detroit Pistons are still on the board.
God.
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas, by far the best of anybody in the 6 teams that was left. He had 18,822 points.
Hey, I think that catches me up with that last round.
You're thinking Joe Dumars, he was second with 16,400.
That's pretty good. I think with that last bit, I probably caught up to Cody. So pretty good.
Well, Cody, you won by a landslide this time.
No, that's not that much.
Can we give Dave the 5th Clipper all time? Just go halfway down the
Blake
list.
Griffin. Give me Blake Griffin.
I mean, I think that'll be fine because it won't let him beat Sean. So just for the sake of the board looking better.
Yes, 100%.
Let me go find the Clippers. So LA.
It's really sad seeing 8,000 above 0. I don't like it.
Blake Griffin is number 2 for the Clippers all time.
Hey.
That's
John,
not
you
enough
lose.
to catch Sean. So
Okay, good. Revisionist history.
even in his 8 seasons there, still only had 10,863 points. But he's second all time behind, you knew it, Randy Smith.
What years did Randy Smith score those for the allegedly Clippers?
I don't know if I have an easy way of looking that up, but I can certainly
Or
try.
was it not actually as
this brings them up.
Los
That's kinda
Angeles
cool.
/ San Diego Clipper?
He was a Clipper for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
That was also a Buffalo Brave for
okay.
like 6 or 7 before that. Now, we kind of sleep on him. He was a 2-time All-Star Game MVP. Like, he was a solid player, but
I would never have recalled his name.
I will say one of my approaches to the game early on, I thought we were going to go through all the teams. And then when we didn't, I was like, oh, I should have just gone with just the most every time. But that's okay.
The most.
Like try to maximize the points rather than hit on the teams.
Well, he said very transparently at the start we would go through 24 of the 30 teams. He made that very clear.
It's not his fault.
So, Chris, obviously Detroit being an oversight by all of us of not using. Otherwise, we did pretty well with picking the correct franchises for the most part. Because I guess, who are the bottom 6 all-time scorers of franchises? I guess is what I'm asking. If that's easy to look
I think
up.
I can find that out because when I go to this list, it still shows number 1s. So let's see. Working my way up from the bottom, making my way downtown. Every team at least had a 10,000 point score, even the shitty ones.
Okay.
Brook Lopez was the worst, it appears.
The Nets. Okay.
Just barely over 10,000. Anthony Davis was the next worst. With the Pelicans, Dwight Howard with the Magic was the 3rd worst. Mike Conley was the 4th worst with the Grizzlies. Kemba Walker with the Hornets was the 5th worst. And Randy Smith with the Clippers was the 6th.
I just can't believe all those years the Nets went to the finals. And Brook Lopez.
That's kind of why I wanted him to spell it out, because I was curious which how new are most of these franchises. Pelicans, I guess, by default, are an expansion team with the Hornets history returning to the Bobcats / Hornets. That's just one franchise history then, I think.
Bunch of transplants with the Nets, unfortunately. Like Vince Carter bounced around a lot.
Yeah.
Jason Kidd bounced around a lot. Richard Jefferson, they're a decent amount, but then bounced around the second half of his career. So it didn't really hold up. So the worst number 1 available was DeMar DeRozan. He was the 24th
Got it.
highest, number one, with his 13,296.
I think I would have assumed the Nets would be in the top 24 and the Raptors would have been not. And so that's so fucking wrong because the Nets are literally the worst team. That's shocking for the Nets history, honestly. But I guess, again, with the ABA, the franchise has existed for a long time, but the ABA eats up so many of those years that that gets tricky. But otherwise, Pelicans don't surprise me, Magic don't surprise me, Grizz don't surprise me, and Clippers, sadly, don't surprise me. And then you tip me off with the Hornets being terrible, so I shouldn't care about their franchise history.
Yeah, I mean, other than the Celtics and Lakers, because you guys took less than optimal picks there, which weren't bad still. Like Larry Bird was third, but 18th overall, so 2 people beat him. And Kareem was third, but Jerry West and Kobe Bryant beat him. You got pretty much all the top ones that were available on the board until Oscar Robertson is 17th.
Yeah, and that's so old. That's such a tough one.
Yeah,
and that's just a hard one to imagine.
And Hal Greer's 20th, and again, no one was ever saying Hal Greer, and I would have been no different. I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Yeah.
So, like, there were some that I was not expecting anybody to say. We always sleep on, like, George Gervin, for example. He was 27th, but there were better Spurs, so it didn't make sense. You know, I think for the most part, you got most of the big names on there, but Cody happened to get 2 massive ones without the highest picks to get them. And that propelled him to victory.
And the worst part is I didn't even think of them. Like, I'm telling you, that era of the NBA is just so much out of my mind that, like, late 90s to 2000s, bleh,
Well,
not there.
So
That's the
Dave,
draft.
just to wrap it up, I just want to confirm you did not get 2 master's degrees while working full time. I just want to double check that did not happen.
Why are you being such a petty bitch?
it's just for the stakeholders. I don't control the questions. I just want to make sure I'm reporting to them the right story.
I refuse to answer any more questions till I know the identity of who is asking these
I
questions.
plead the 5th.
Smart. All right. That's the end of this episode. Next week might be a Suns cast. It's before the trade deadline. At this point, who knows what the fuck's happening with Jimmy Butler? So we'll
just
see.
lock it in. I would love to just talk about the Suns in general. I don't care about Jimmy Butler or not.
Jimmy,
We've won 9 out of our last 12, guys.
What?
Yeah.
It's not like we're a complete disaster.
Yeah,
nine
I
out of
that's
the
why
last
I just
12.
want to talk about him.
So
8
what'd you
and 2
say
in the
again?
last 10.
What was that? You've won what?
9 out of the last 12. We're 9-3 in the last 12.
So you're doing good.
Yeah. We're,
I mean, it's against bottom feeders, which we'll talk about.
we're
But
22-8 when Devin Booker and Kevin Durant play.
yeah,
Seems like that's a good
That's
record.
actually pretty good.
It seems
Yeah.
like it.
that's I believe it's a 59 game pace. Is what I
That's
read.
pretty good.
Yeah.
That seems good.
Yeah. So we'll see. That could be very well what happens next week. But either way, hopefully we won't have any problems with the fucking internet. So you can join us live. That'd be cool. In between episodes, you can find us at our website, grayareas.live, or youtube.com/@grayareaslive, where you can watch things after the fact when I upload them like regular videos. See you next time.